What's up everyone, it's Ben from the Vinyl Jukebox, and in this video I'm going to review Marilyn Manson's brand new studio album, One Assassination Under God. But before we get started, please be sure to leave a like and a comment below this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. So before I start this review, I just wanted to say that I'm not going to really discuss the allegations surrounding Marilyn Manson right now. Obviously, there's been a lot of controversy around him. A lot of things are still ongoing. But, you know, I'm a fan of Marilyn Manson's music. I'm a fan of his stage show, and I have been for a very long time. So I just want to talk about the music strictly in this video. Obviously, there's a lot of content out there where they're discussing all of the trials and this and that. I'm not going to get into that here. It's just strictly a review about the album and the album only. All right, so starting things off with some quick information about the album. This is Manson's 12th studio album, and he's calling it One Assassination Under God Chapter 1. So I'm hoping we'll get a Chapter 2 very, very soon. Manson actually just posted about Chapter 2 a couple days ago, saying that that will continue his story, so to speak. So hopefully we don't have to wait too long for some more new music from him. This was released this past Friday, November 22nd, 2024. And it was released on Nuclear Blast Records, which is Manson's new record label. His previous label, Loma Vista Records, dropped him right after all of the allegations ensued in 2020. So Nuclear Blast picked him up pretty recently, and they're the ones putting out the album. This album's produced by Marilyn Manson as well as Tyler Bates, who has produced a few, I think 2 other Manson albums. He's also known for writing the scores for Guardians of the Galaxy, John Wick, a bunch of Rob Zombie films. And this is, like I said, his 3rd album with Marilyn Manson. And he's also a member of Manson's band. He plays guitar in the live band, which is pretty cool. So the personnel on this album, Marilyn Manson obviously doing the vocals, Tyler Bates handling the guitars, the bass, keyboards, Gil Sharon, who's Manson's live drummer as well, is handling the drums. He's from Dillinger Escape Plan. Somebody named Lola Colette is playing piano on track 4, and Maxwell Uraskai, I think, is doing programming on track 4 as well. So my overall thoughts about this album before I get into the packaging and everything, I thought that this album was really good. I think this was a really great comeback album for Manson. Really showcases his vocals. I know that before all the allegations, he was very heavily into drugs, and I heard that since the allegations he has become sober, and that clearly has had an impact on his vocals. He sounds younger than he has in a long time, and I really thought from his past few studio albums that, you know, they were really showing, he was really showing his age through the vocals. But, you know, seeing how this album came out, I'm assuming that those vocal issues were pretty much the result of his drug and alcohol abuse. So really nice to see that Manson is doing better on that end. I really thought that this album was back to a classic Manson sound. My only complaint, though, about this album is there seems to be a very strange vocal effect that he's using throughout most of the album. It's kind of like a robot voice that he's using. I don't know if that was intentional for the concept of the album, or if, I'm not sure what the intention was there, but it gets kind of annoying at times, but I try to look past it. It's not all the time throughout the album, but it's through most of the album. But behind the effect, Manson's voice seems to be back, and he sounds great, which is a really good sign. And I know that he sounds great too, because I've seen clips of him performing live recently, and he sounds better live than he has in a very long time. So that was great to see. So let's go into the packaging, and then I'll go through the track by track. So this is the vinyl. This is the Amazon exclusive, and they're calling this the ghostly black vinyl. All right, so we'll get into the color in just a moment, but you can see here on the cover, it's a nice matte finish. This is one of Manson's paintings on the front, and you have that that cross logo that he's been using for the past few albums on the back, and you have the track listing there. Really nice. So getting into the packaging here, so I'll show the vinyl first. Really nice that they included poly sleeves. Didn't expect that from this release, and he hasn't been doing that the past few releases, so really cool that Nuclear Blast did that. But this was a really cool variant. I figured with an Amazon exclusive, it wasn't going to be that crazy looking, but look at this. This is just insane, this vinyl variant. Really happy with this. Decided to go with Amazon just to save on the shipping a little bit. But really cool black and red labels there. And the vinyl sounds really great. It's really, really quiet, loud, punchy, great to hear. One thing I also want to note is the attention to detail too on the jacket. You have, I'm not sure if you could see it there, but red on the inside of the jacket, really cool that they put that detail in. And I love this. This insert, he decided to make like a newspaper. So I love this. And these are all the lyrics here for all the tracks. And then you have information about the album down on the bottom. This album is dedicated to my wife, my friends, my band, and my fans who have so strongly stood by me. And then it has information about the production and everything. So this was really cool to see. And he also gives information about the artwork, the cover painting, and You Shall Stand in My Shadow, obviously painted by Manson, and the inside painting, which I'll show you in a sec, Son of the Morning. So on the other side of this newspaper, we have another painting. So just really cool. Manson always includes really great packaging. I loved his last album. The packaging on that was awesome. And he had this song called Perfume on the last album and actually made the inner sleeves smell like perfume, which was really a cool touch to that. But I was really happy with the packaging of this album. I didn't really expect much, especially because it wasn't in a gatefold, but the attention to detail here was just phenomenal. So Nuclear Blast, great job. Manson, great job as well. So going through the tracks, I'm going to go through all of them and just give my thoughts, brief thoughts on all these tracks. So the album starts out with One Assassination Under God, the title track. It's a real dramatic introduction. You have a keyboard, kind of like an 80s movie, kind of reminiscent keyboard there. Epic slow building song, heavy, intense, very reminiscent of Mechanical Animals, one of Manson's bigger albums. Heavy chugging guitar mid-song. So this really says I'm back and I'm ready for business here. So really cool song to start out the album. Then we go into No Funeral Without Applause, which is kind of a mid-tempo. The guitar riff reminds me of Sweet Dreams a little bit, but it's another building song. He kind of does that a lot on this album. Lyrics really convey, though. The lyrics are really heavy on this song. The second song, No Funeral Without Applause, it really shows what Manson's been feeling throughout all of his struggles here. Cool guitar solo type riff, I guess you would say, on the final chorus, and very Manson-esque playing from the band. I do have to say that Tyler Bates really doesn't go overboard with his guitar playing, as pretty much is Manson's mandate for any of his guitar players through the years. And he really sticks to that style that Manson guitar players have been doing for a long time now. Next track, number 3, Not If You Understand, is really probably the heaviest song on this album. Real industrial metal, punk sounding. Sounds like something off of Antichrist Superstar. Vocals are insane on this one, though. He's not really using that effect as much. He's screaming as well as ever. And Manson's vocals are really showcased on this one without much of that effect, like I said. Next track number 4, As Sick as the Secrets Within. This is the lead track. This is the lead single off of the album. So the first song that we heard from Manson's comeback here. Really cool music video, I do have to say. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out, because he brings back scenes and costumes from previous albums. So that was really cool. It looks like, it's a mid-tempo kind of building song, building to a big chorus. And I really thought that this was a stellar comeback song when it came out for Manson. It was really like his big I'm back type of big epic song, and it really lives up to that. I think I've heard it so many times now that it's not as impressive to me, but definitely when it came out, it was big for me. Next one, Sacrilegious. This is probably my least favorite song on the album. It has that kind of rhythm to it, you know, that beautiful people rhythm. Robot voice is very clear on this song, is used very heavily, and it's kind of your cliche Manson song, has that Manson rhythm and feel to it. So that, you know, this one I didn't really like too much. I didn't find anything special about it. Next track, number 6 on the album, Death Is Not a Costume. This is probably my favorite song on the album, and crazy how it's back to back my least favorite and then my most favorite song in the album. This song is an epic ballad. Oh my gosh. It sounds like something off of Hollywood or even Mechanical Animals. One of his best ballads, I have to say. Amazing bass line to start out the song, incredible lyrics. And it would fit on either of those huge albums of his. This song really impressed me. The next song, Meet Me in Purgatory, very 80s goth vibe to it, 80s goth pop vibe. Similar rhythm to No Reflection, but really, really felt reminiscent of the 80s for me. Next song here, so we're on 6, 7, 8 song on the album. This was the second single, Raise the Red Flag. Industrial metal sound to this song, another great chorus and bass line. This song was actually released as a CD single, and I picked this one up off his website. And what was really cool about this one is it also included the first single, As Sick as the Secrets Within, but it included a B-side that's not on the album, Front Toward Enemy, which is a cool punk song that I guess didn't make the album. To be honest, hearing the rest of the album, it wouldn't have really fit on the album anyway, so it's kind of good that he left it off. But that one was, you know, it was really cool to pick this up on CD when it came out. But Raise the Red Flag I really liked, really cool music video for it. Again, too much of that robot voice, but very classic Manson sounding song for sure. Then the album finishes up, and it's only a 9-song album, but the album finishes up with a really cool acoustic ballad, Sacrifice of the Mass, very stripped down Manson, cool outro to the album. Really reminded me of something maybe that might have been on The Pale Emperor, the first album that Manson did with Tyler Bates, but a cool outro to the album, very haunting sound to it, and it's always very like haunting and creepy when Manson decides to do something acoustic, but that was a cool way to end the album. And you know, it's only a 9-song album, which I found kind of weird for him. He usually packs these albums full of songs, so kind of strange in my opinion how Manson decided to divide this up, you know, and make it a chapter 1 and chapter 2. If there's only 18 songs that he has, which I'm assuming, strange that he wouldn't just decide to do a double album, but you know, maybe that's how the contract went. But like I said about this album, everybody, I really like this album. I thought that it was a great comeback for Manson. I think it has great songs. If you're a Manson fan, this is exactly what you want to hear from him. Does it have the huge singles of the you know, late 90s, early 2000s? No, but it has that classic Manson sound. If I had to compare it to any albums as a whole, and I know I mentioned a lot of different albums, I would probably say it's a mix between Mechanical Animals and Eat Me, Drink Me, because it has kind of that sad vibe to it. You know, definitely him conveying his emotions towards all that's been going on. But, you know, if I had to compare it to 2, it would probably be those two. And those two aren't bad albums to compare an album to, for sure. So there you have it, everybody. That's my review of the new Marilyn Manson album, One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1. And let me know in the comments below, have you listened to this yet? What do you think of it? How does it compare to other Manson albums? I'd love to hear what you have to say about it in the comments below for sure. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, leave a like and a comment below this video, turn on notifications, share the video, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.